Hey, welcome back to another episode of the She's Making an Impact podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Ngom. Do you want to know how you can create an incredible customer experience? So you're getting referrals and you're getting more retention and just really helping your people succeed at the highest level possible. That's what we're talking about today. I have brought in Elizabeth. I'm going to say this right. She just said it. Averyanova. Yes, Sorry, Elizabeth. Oh my gosh, Averyanova. So she's a web designer, brand strategist, and the founder of Studio Classica. And she has done such a good job of creating a business where she creates just a wow customer experience and gets referrals and has repeat clients coming back year after year. So I got to pick her brain on what she does, and we have some really awesome actionable things for you in today's episode. So please share this with a friend and let's dive in. Hey, Elizabeth, welcome to the show.
Hi, Rachel. Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yes. So let's dive in. Tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Yeah. So I am a designer, a brand designer, web designer, and also architectural designer. My background is in all these things design. And I started my business 10 years ago with my husband, who is also architect. And we started from, it was a combination of moving abroad to Europe. And actually, I booked a one-way flight to Europe and I didn't have a plan.
I love it. We're very similar.
Yes.
We've done the exact same thing.
Yes, I know, right? And right. So I started, in the process of that, I needed to earn some kind of income. And that was kind of the early start of our business, was being able to use our design skills and in architecture and in different areas of design and go online. We went online and we found our first clients, and it evolved into a full-fledged studio. We have a full-fledged team, an office, and it's an amazing 10 years. It's been 10 years now since then.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. Well, I'm excited to dive in today and talk about how just to create an excellent customer experience all across the board. So let's dive in. What are some things that we can do when we're first starting out just to elevate our business and create an awesome experience for our clients?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could say make sure you have really good branding, but just from my own business experience, the thing that made the difference was how it was serving the client and making the client the most important thing, making the client the most important special person in your business, and you making them feel so special. And what that means, in terms of translating that thought into actions, is what you say that you're going to do, you do it. You do at the very minimum, you do what you're going to say you're going to do. Yep. After that, I always believe in going above and beyond and over delivering in whatever, if you're service-based, over delivering in your service, or over delivering in the maybe give them an extra surprise or something like that, within boundaries for all these things, but over delivering is a great thing. And really that client experience, it's really important to understand that relationship you're building with them and that experience that they have working with you is something that stays with them. And if it's positive, you could end up having a long-term client. If not, you don't.
Yeah. So what are some tangible things that we could do to really over deliver?
Mm-hmm. I love when you give them an extra surprise. So, we like a little bit of extra of whatever you're doing. So in our design work, maybe we give an extra, something we've done several times, which has been a nice surprise, is we create a Linktree page, but on their website, not on Linktree, but on their personal platform, their website, and having their own branded link that they can use. It's a small little gift, but it's a really nice branded thing that helps them with their business.
Yeah.
So that's one example.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. Because in my head, I'm thinking of do we need to be sending gifts all the time to our clients? Or what are some just different ideas of how we could wow them and create a great experience that doesn't necessarily break the bank. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Linktree's one. Do you have any other ideas for us?
Well, yeah. Well, the client gift is a great idea, but one idea I've heard, and transparency, I have not implemented this in my business, but I love this idea, which is when people go to the effort of booking a discovery call with you, I have actually seen this in other businesses where you book the discovery call and you get that first welcome email and like confirmation email. So actually, this is something I do in my business. So in that confirmation email, I have a nice video that's like a welcome video that, what welcome, thank you for booking the call, and what to expect on the call, and gives them a little 2-minute intro to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been that I did do that in my business 2 years ago. And it has been like, people mention it if they remember it and they're like, oh, nobody else did this.
Yeah. It's just like one extra little step that you could do to make yourself more memorable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and I mentioned that there was something that I didn't do. So that's something I did do. The thing I didn't do is I've seen it where people send a second confirmation email. And in that second confirmation email, they send a little gift to the person. And it's like a $5 Starbucks gift card, which is amazing. Like, you're spending money on somebody who's not even working with you yet. Like, so I haven't done this yet, but it's a really innovative idea. You're spending, $5. Okay, they can get one drink. They can prepare for their call. You make it like a little, like, oh, enjoy this drink and get ready for the call, and it's on me.
Yeah. This is a complete side note. Do you watch Friends?
I did when I was growing up.
Okay. So you said this is something that I do. And in my head, immediately I had to stop myself from laughing because I just had Joey in my head of like, he just said doo.
Okay. I know. I heard myself say that, but sorry.
It's like, I cannot contain myself. I'm like sometimes so inappropriate. I'm like just sitting here listening, but at the same time, I'm like Chandler and Joey in my head of like, keep it together, woman. Let's go.
I love it. I love Friends. Yes.
It's just like always in my head. Like, I can turn anything into a Friends experience. And then it's just like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay.
Amazing.
I'm going to keep us on track because that's my job here. Okay. So we have the video. And in my head, you made me actually think of something that we did a couple years ago. We do a 2-step process for a sales experience where we have a setter and a closer. In the past, I would actually get on and send them the potential client a little voice note in between that process. And we stopped doing that. So I'm like, I could like go back, and it's just like one tiny little thing that takes me about a minute, but can really amplify that experience for that potential client.
Yeah, that I would love to implement that too, like a little voice note, because what happens is they feel like they start to get to know you because they've taken this huge risk of filling out your application and maybe they didn't talk to you at all before that.
Right.
But then you're like personalizing their experience, and that at least when people are like, oh, they're talking to several people and trying to decide, that helps you stand out, and that helps make their experience special.
Especially if they're not talking to me before they enroll. So they're talking to somebody on our team. So that gives them like a little access to me in one way before they make it. Okay. See, you're getting my wheels turning. This is great. This is awesome. Okay. So we have the video, we have a voice note, we have different points of contact. Do you have any other like platforms or tools that you use? I know you use a lot of Kajabi as well. So how do you use Kajabi to create a really great customer experience?
Yeah, great question. We love Kajabi. That's like the main niche and area that we specialize in now. And Kajabi makes it really great to have a consistent experience all the way from the point of the sales page to, okay, they've signed up, they go to the checkout page, they're ready to put money down on your program or your course or whatever it is. They do that action, and then everything after that, it's also Kajabi is a really great platform to make sure that that whole onboarding process is beautiful, it's branded, it's intentional, and it's also automated. It will automatically happen, and that saves you time, but also makes their experience really great. So we're talking the thank you confirmation page, the welcome email that they receive, and or a series of emails they might receive, and some depending on your program, and then that first dashboard or the library or whatever they see. It's all, the ideal is that it is all branded and it's beautiful and it's seamless experience.
Yeah. What are some things that you do in the onboarding process? Because, like when someone invests a couple $1,000s to work with you, it's really easy for them to get like cold feet after that investment. And this is what happened to us when we were newer in business of, I don't remember what percentage of they would like put down their deposit, but then they'd kind of freak out because we didn't have the best onboarding process like we do now in place. And so they might ask for a refund or like whatever that might be, or like just get cold feet essentially. So like what
Mm-hmm.
onboarding systems do you have in place to make sure that doesn't happen?
Yeah, I recommend making sure it's very clear step-by-step process of what do they need to do next. Because people love processes. They love when other people organize. They're like, okay, just tell me what to do next, where to click,
Yeah.
what to do. So making sure you really have a clear step-by-step breakdown of what to do, especially if your program is not starting, like they're signing up now, they're paying thousands of dollars now, but it's not starting yet.
Right.
It's starting next month, or maybe for us, if we're booking in a couple months out from now,
Right.
they still need something to feel like, they're excited, but they're nervous and they have all that emotions, but they need something now to do. So they need some homework,
Yeah.
yeah, just making sure you have actionable, like fill out this onboarding questionnaire is one,
Okay.
watch this video, watch this welcome video. It could be another one. Go create like if they have some homework, do this create a Pinterest inspiration board, or create or do this homework, like if it's a coaching program, do
Right.
this mindset exercise.
Yeah.
Little things, give them something little that they can do now, even if it's not, if the thing is not going to start for a while.
Totally. I think just getting them in action mode gets them out of their head and like contemplation. So they at least know they're taking some form of action to move forward and like get closer to towards their goal of what they actually signed up for. So I
Mhm.
think just like that little thing, it doesn't have to be big. It could be like an intake questionnaire or a little video or something like that. That makes a big difference and reducing like refund rates or people like
Mm.
asking, like trying to back out of the program.
Yeah, absolutely. And other ideas could include, it depends if it's a public, like if you want to publicly share about who's enrolling in your program, on Instagram, creating little welcome to the program graphics and acknowledging them by name. And it's just a
Yeah.
quick little graphic, but doing that can really help them feel special in that moment.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so we talked about the platforms. We didn't talk about offers. Like, how do you create a streamlined offer that really wows the customer experience, like creates that
Mm,
wow customer experience?
mhm. Yeah, this is a big question, a big topic, but it relates to, are you really connecting the right um, offer? What you're creating really connecting with what the client needs in that moment, and is it really strong connection with what they're craving? Does it help them solve the problems that they have, and does it help them get the result they want in the right structure, in the right way for them? So if there's a disconnect, then they're not going to have a great experience working with you. And
Hmm.
that, there's things you might need to consider, that if it's a course or coaching program, you need to be clear in your language of who you're attracting.
Right.
And the branding and design also helps of who you're attracting into the program, and you want that to be aligned. If it's not, you're going to end up with people who are not the right fit for your program, and therefore might not be happy with inside your program.
Right. What might that look like in terms of like branding and creating that offer, like on the marketing side, but then inside the offer too?
Yeah, it depends. Like if it's a course, for example, the making sure those initial, they log into the course, and what do they see, visually, making sure it's clear, it's coherent, it's branded. I like to put like a start here in the program, start here, here's how to get started. And that walks them through what they need to know, maybe put a video how to navigate the program or the course, and then they feel more comfortable there, and then that helps them feel more ready to do the work, or to watch, learn the material, or take action in that moment.
Yeah. Just having like a little start here, like this is how you actually use the program. Because a lot of times we create the program and then people join the program, but there's no like, hey, this is how you actually use this thing. These are like the tools that we created and put together for you to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think
Mm-hmm.
that like one extra step of one like intro video of how to actually use it could go a long way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tie that in somewhere, because the opposite of that is that somebody is suddenly inside your program, and they're overwhelmed. They don't know where to start. They don't know where to look, and they're overwhelmed. And it's just very easy. Okay, I'll do it later. I close it down and I do it later. But then that doesn't help you create a really great experience either.
Totally.
If
What
they're
are some
overwhelmed.
what are some other things you can do to decrease that overwhelm that people might have when they join the program?
I love creating a onboarding email sequence. So of course, the first email is like, welcome, thank you, you receive a purchase confirmation. But after that, you can still create 2 or 3, or depending on what you're offering, a series of emails of every day, giving them some knowledge or some helpful tip of navigating what they're inside. If it's membership, for example, helping introduce the resources that are in the membership. And doing that over the first week is really critical. But then what people don't forget is what happens a month later, what happens 2 or 3 months later. And so you can also include that in your email automation, is of touching base with them a month later, like, hey, how are you enjoying this program? It can be a really short email, but program that, like, automate that into your system to check in with those people regularly and make sure they're still enjoying whatever it is.
Yeah, cool. Anything I missed when it comes to creating a wow customer experience?
Yeah, well, so I've been talking about courses and coaching programs and memberships, but if you're a service provider like myself, service provider, the biggest thing of creating a wow client experience is the possibility of creating long-term relationships with clients and eventually building your business just off of referrals or repeat clients. And that, for me, that's been a big part of my business, is that we work with the same people for several years now, and on the branding and design side of our business, and also on the architectural side of our business. There's 2 parts. And years later, people are coming back to us. It's because they had a great experience. We did what we said we're going to do. we had a really great, amazing communication throughout the program, throughout the time working together. And we also had high quality work. Like, that's the core of it all, is right. High quality work or coaching or training, whatever it is. But yeah, as a service provider, it's a bit different because you generally might be working with somebody for years.
Right.
If you do it well, and if it's the right fit for you.
Got it. Cool. What does it mean to you to make an impact?
Oh, I love that. I to make an impact, to me, means making an impact to me means being able to do what I love and help other people do what they love and make money in the process, and be able to support your family and your goals and your dreams in your life.
Yeah, I love that. What's one of the best books you've read?
One of my favorite ones is the 5 a.m. Club.
Oh yeah.
Robin Sharma, right? Yeah,
that one I have not read, but I've read like Miracle Morning and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one for the business side of it. And then I have a really technical one for the architecture side of it, which is Vitruvius's 10 Books of Architecture. Okay. I don't expect anybody to know about that, but it's probably a really big, inspiration of book, both of those.
Yeah. Well, where can we connect with you?
Yeah, the best place is over on Instagram. It's my name, Elizabeth Averyanova, and on our website at studioclassica.com is where you can find more about what we do and our design background.
Cool. Well, Elizabeth, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate you.
Yes, thank you so much, Rachel. It's been a pleasure.